Hey guys, welcome back to the main man's channel. So we got a big, gigantic box from Big Bad Toy Store, baby. So I can't wait to get this box open. You guys can tell by the thumbnail, it's our boy, Jamie effing Lannister. Let's freaking go. So finally able to get our hands on our boy. And this one I was dying to get because if you guys don't know, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fans. Let's forget about season 8, okay? Listen, I don't need all the hate for season 8. I already can hear people typing already. Season 8, season 8, season 8. Listen, I don't care about season 8, okay? This show was still always amazing. It was one of the best TV shows on TV, bar none. I don't care what anyone says. This show was freaking amazing. It had people tuning in every single week. We never knew what was going to happen. And our boy got away with so many things. So here is how Big Bad Toy Store packages their things. And they make sure your package is always nice and safe. So much bubble wrap in there. I believe the shipper, FedEx or whatever, UPS, they have to like stomp on this figure or this box to get it to damage because Big Bad Toy Store always picks it up with packages. Anyways, let's go ahead and take him out. So this is the 3-0 Jamie Lannister. It was one that, as soon as they announced, I was like, dude, that's an instant pre-order. I always love the boxes when it comes to not just Game of Thrones, but 3-0 themselves. They always put extra little detail in there. And what I mean by that is, let me take out the wrapping so you guys can see a little bit better. It's like they build the lion, like you guys can see. It's hard to show off, but you guys can kind of see it on the glare a little bit. You know, they have the lion, basically. It says Game of Thrones, Jamie Lannister, Season 7, 1/6 scale. So this is a Season 7 version of him as well. And what made me pre-order it was because of Jamie Lannister. I thought this opened up that you guys can see the inside before you take it out. But I believe this happened the last time when I did this. Oh, okay, you could just slide right up. So there is my boy Jamie right there. It's hard to tell from the glare, but he's in there. Trust me, guys. Love the side art as well. Of course, it has the golden lion because the Lannister. If you guys don't know, which you guys should know if you guys clicked on this video, every house basically. So how would I explain this? So like the Lannisters are the golden lions. The Starks are the wolves, the dire wolves. So they each house has their own each country, I should say, is called a house, and they have their own lion or their own animal to represent their house. So Jamie is a Lannister, so his house is the Golden Lion. So there's that. Love the back art of this. Pretty dope. Can't wait to open up inside. Comes with a ton of accessories. I believe he just comes with a sword. Love that he comes with his golden hand. If you guys don't know anything, Jamie Lannister's hand was cut off when he was caught, basically. So they cut off his hand so he couldn't use his sword anymore, but he learned to adjust to it. So we're going to take him out, mess around with him. Let's show this bad boy off. Okay, guys, I wanted to take it out layer by layer. So when you take this one out, this is what you see. Of course, you know, he has this big belt right here. He has the sheath as well. Here's a mini sheath for the dagger. They got some extra pins right there. And then his Jamie Lannister's sword. I believe the swords are named. I just don't remember the name of Jamie Lannister's sword. But there are people who go that deep into Game of Thrones, I'll tell you that. as well. But there is basically the back of the figure. And then here is the front. So here is Jaime Lannister himself. We're going to take him out of package, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like when he looks like in package. So of course he has an extra hand. So basically it's two swords, what you want. What I'm going to end up doing, of course, put on the cape. I'm going to display him with the big sword, and then we'll go ahead and put the dagger in his side or whatever, in his belt, basically. But let's just go ahead and take this out so we can see what's on the way. So if we are going to use the belt or not. So there is that. But yeah, it comes with the extra hand accessories to you know, have him hold his thing. So there's that. So we'll go ahead, see how he looks out of package and how his face sculpt looks, because I feel like that's one of the things that 3-0 needs to get better at. So let's go ahead and look at it. Hey guys, so when you take Jaime out of packages, this is what he looks like, and man, I feel like they nailed Jaime's likeness. Of course, he's an actor portrayed by Nikolai Costa. Believe how that's how you say it. But oh my god, as far as everything else, man, he looks super freaking sick. Always loved the Lannister armor, man. I kind of wish it was a little bit more gold though, but I kind of get what they were going with it. You know, as they're going for like a saturated look more for that, but I kind of wish the gold was just out there a little bit more. So there is that. But this is how the armor looks on the shoulder pad and underneath as well. Just so freaking badass. And then on you could say throat area, chest area, basically. So it kind of looks like this as well. Like I said, I just wish the armor was a little bit more golden, but this is possibly because it could be the look for season 7. Love the red armor that's at the bottom of it, underneath it as well. So there is that. So what you could do with the belt is put the belt around this as well, but I guess this is made for to hide that as well, because you know he's in his battle armor gear. In season 7, this is when they go to war, basically, and with the Starks. So there is that. And then you guys know how season 7 plays out. I'm not going to spoil it. But there is that. Love this cloth. This cloth feels like it's real at the bottom of it. Love how that feels as well. The legs feel great as well. They're bendable. Kind of feels like a third-party figure, but they're not as flexible as you would think. So there's that. And then the arms do have an extension because of this cloth that's in the inside as well. So even though you can extend it out just a little bit farther than you would think, you can get it in the best freaking poses, you know. So there's that, because then it looks like, and I wonder how this leather is gonna last long term, you know, because leather is known for ripping and all that, especially long term. So there is that. So I might use the belts to wrap around this. So let's go ahead and mess around with it, and then I'm gonna go ahead, and then actually I should show off. So this is the golden hand. Basically everybody knows that's what Jaime Lannister is for as well. There's so much history of Jaime Lannister, man, and I can't wait for the new show. What's the show called? The I don't know, but it's telling the story of the Mad King. I can't freaking wait for it, man. Because if you guys don't know, they call him Oathbreaker because he betrays the Mad King and stabs the king in the back. That's kind of like one of the biggest emphasis on Jaime Lannister's character. So there's that as well. Then I guess I could show off the boots. The boots do look pretty good as well. So there was that. Actually looks like boots was actually pretty nice little detail on that, but there's not really too much when it comes to that, but they look a little weathered. Absolutely like that as well. Wish the armor had a little bit more scratches on it. This armor is like way too clean. But there is that. But I guess it is, you know, Jaime Lannister, and the Lannisters are one of the richest houses in the land of Westeros. So there is that. But overall, everything else looks freaking amazing. I just love this head sculpt. Actually, I could show it off a little bit better. So there is that. The eyes could be a little bit more centered, but everything else just looks freaking great. Absolutely love it. This is how he looks on the side as well. There are at times where it kind of doesn't look like him, but the more you look at him, the more it looks like him. You get what I'm saying? So there's that. I love like the detail on the beard, man. It just looks like a real beard. I absolutely love that. Even though it's not actual, like, you know, this is basically painted on, but it's not actual, like, flocked or whatever. It just looks great, man. The hair does too. It looks like real hair, even though it's not. You know, so there is that as well. But that's how he looks on the side. This is how he looks from the back as well. This armor just does it for me. It just does it. This lion looks like it has a human face, kind of. So there's that. But there is pretty much the figure. Let's go ahead and put on the accessories as well. Okay, guys. So this is how he looks with all the accessories. So I want to go ahead and say a few things right off the bat that was giving me issues with ThreeZero. And I feel like this happened before. Sometimes, man, ThreeZero just is not, you know, the best when it comes down to products. I mean, what I mean by that is like for instance, my Osmog figure that I have, you know, the arms on there were kind of loose, right? For this, it's like the material, like the first of all, the belt. I went ahead and put the belt on, and first of all, you can't see the sheet because it's kind of like behind the figure, but the one of the pieces for the belt buckles broke off, and I didn't even put too much pressure on it, and it freaking broke off. So obviously I can't use this. Well, I can use this, right? The thing about it is the way they did it, to where in the picture the sheath is supposed to be on the right side of him, and then the dagger is supposed to be on the left. But the way they put in the placement for the dagger is they actually did it backwards. So whoever did this did it backwards, to where now I had to flip it around, and now the sheath is going to be on the left, and then the dagger is going to be on the right. So there is that. And you know, that little small thing right there kind of irked me a little bit, because it's like, okay, now you're showing me one thing in the picture and this is a completely different thing. So why are you guys doing that, you know? So there is that. And then on top of that, when I was putting on the belts, for some odd reason, the joint to this arm, you can see it's sticking out. It actually broke. Surprisingly, it actually broke. So now the bottom piece of it is stuck inside of there, and of course, I don't have the right materials right now to even get that piece out. So I went ahead and this is just an extra piece that I had laying around. So I super glued that to get it to hold up. Actually, it's not really super glued on right now. But it's just enough to where it's holding it. That's why the joint is showing right now. But obviously I'm going to take it off after the video is done. But I wanted to show you guys what he looks like kind of holding the sword. So there's that. But then, and then on top of that, for the shoulder pads, right? So you're supposed to attach, I don't know what just fell. But anyways, you're supposed to attach the cape, because there's like a piece right here on the shoulder where you attach it, so you guys can kind of see it. It's supposed to attach like right here. So while I was doing that, this came off as well. So then it's really, you're supposed to push down, but there's actually no way of you actually seeing where the piece is at from right here and where you're supposed to push down on. So now that kind of sticks out just a little bit. And then obviously it's not going to be, everything's not like centered right now, because it's kind of just me just wrapping up the video and putting everything together. And then obviously by the time this video comes out and when I start to take pictures on my Instagram, which you guys would see. Everything's gonna be all set up and stuff. I'll fix that hand issue with that little plastic piece that's stuck in there right now. But I just wanted to point this out because obviously it was really bothering me. And yeah, it's like you pay so much money for these figures, and for these small plastic pieces, man, to just snap real easily when you're not even putting too much pressure on it. And, you know, it's the cheap material that they're using. Like, if you're gonna be charging people over $150, you can't be using these. You can't use these cheap pieces. I mean, like this, right? If I was to push down on this, it could easily just snap off. You know, like you can't be doing that with these type of figures, man. It just can't. You know, obviously it depends on, and then depends on the person you are. You know, if you're like gentle. I mean, the problem is that normally, you know, I'm not saying that I'm like hard with the figures, you know, pushing them down to where they're breaking them off real easily. But you know, I do have big fingers, so there's that. And if you guys know, every time that I do break something, I will say it's my fault, you know. But I feel like I'm being honest with you, this every little piece that's breaking off, definitely not my fault, man. It could have been messed up in shipping, but I feel like the pieces were already as on thin ice already, and then me just going and messing around with it just broke it off, and that pisses me off more than anything, especially with the piece inside the hand. You know, that pissed me off because that piece was actually stuck inside of there, and obviously you got to get like a drill or something to take that little plastic piece off, because it's really deep inside of there. It's like towards that, and like towards the upper arm area, and obviously I can't take off the arm obviously to get it in that piece. So there's that. Just wanted to point that out as well. But other than that, he is a badass figure, man, and it definitely nails the likeness of Jaime Lannister. But as far as over satisfactory for it, like I said, without the plastic pieces and the cheap material, I can't get over that. But everything else, man, I feel like they nailed it, and it's not gonna stop me from buying 3-0 in the future. But they're on thin ice because like I said, the last two figures, actually, um, the figure I'm talking about that I said earlier is not even 3-0. It was Asimus Toys. But like scale figures, man, they're probably on thin ice right now. You know, some of these companies. But anyways, there is pretty much it for Jaime Lannister. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did enjoy this, please consider liking and subscribing. Helps the channel out tremendously. Keeps me motivated to keep doing unboxings just like this one. If you want to see more pictures of my boy Jaime freaking Lannister, follow me on my Instagram. If you don't have my Instagram, it's down in the description down below, as well as my other social media accounts. If you guys want to follow me, you guys don't have to, but I appreciate everyone who does. And from the bottom of my heart, I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are the best, and you guys are just keeping this channel afloat. So I appreciate everyone who does. Like I said, you guys don't have to, but please, highly suggest, please, please. Your boy, don't make me beg, please. But anyways, guys, yeah, more unboxings to come, and I do got another video planned as well. It's gonna be like a random video because it's just a whole bunch of things that I got in. So there's that. But be on the lookout for that because there's some really good, interesting things in that video. I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Go back and check out my recent unboxings. I just did a Pokemon video. I just did a breakdown of DC fandom, as well as check out the other videos on my channel as well. You know, if you missed something, if you guys are trying to on the fence about something, maybe I have that figure on the channel. You guys can check it out. Get my thoughts on it about whether you should pick it up or not. You know, so there's that. That's what this channel is for. This channel is basically for just our amusement and our enjoyment. But not only that, just to see me reviewing it, because I'm basically reviewing figures. And I'll let you guys know if the figure is bad, and I highly suggest don't picking those up. Trust me, you get my brutal, honest thoughts, whether I like the company or not. So there is that. Don't ever feel like I will never, ever, ever lead you guys a different way. Not like that. You get my brutal, honest thoughts. So there's that. Anyways, guys, you guys have a wonderful, amazing day, and see you guys.